Good evening, one and all. This is Victor Alpha 3 India Mike Whiskey. Welcome to the last edition of the Sunday night sideband net on UHF and VHF until after the Labor Day weekend in September. We're going to start out on 446.125 and then move down to 146.400, operating on upper sideband. Kind of a configuration that's not often used. Anyways, we'll give her a try, and we're coming to you from Hamilton, Ontario. Victor Alpha 3 India Mike Whiskey is standing by for anybody looking to check into the last of the Sunday night sideband nets on UHF and VHF. It's now 8 p.m., so we're starting here on 446.125. Anybody anywhere, if you got the equipment and the tenacity and the inclination to check in with us tonight, looking forward to your call sign in the log.
Victor Alpha 3, Delta Charlie Sierra. VA3 Whiskey Papa Golf. Let's see if I remember how to use this thing.
Okay, there's two fine gentlemen heard from, Dave and Chris, so we'll take you in that order. Chris, come on in.
Thank David first.
Yeah, that's what I meant to say. All right, well, we'll start over again. Dave, you're first with a bullet. Go ahead.
Well, thanks, Mac. What a beautiful day out there. So suffocating. We didn't even bother taking the dogs out today because it's just too hot.
Absolutely. Yep. We went out and did our groceries so early today that when I stopped back at the beer store to pick up supplies, they were not open yet. Yeah, things topped out pretty steamy in the afternoon, but we didn't spend a whole lot of time outdoors. Kind of one of those awakenings that you get. Yes, summer is here, and this is why Canada is so much fun, because you get the extremes. Anyways, everybody is enjoying the ability to stay warm outdoors, and even more so the ability to get cool indoors.
Oh, absolutely. I'm sitting down here in the basement, and I've actually thought of putting a sweater on. It's so cold down here because I have forgotten to close the vents down here for the summer because, we never had the heat, and today we do. So, it's time to close the vents for this week anyways.
Oh, absolutely. That's the first thing I do. As soon as my wife hits the button and turns the AC on, I get that chilling reminder to reach up to the ceiling and crank those things closed. So there's two in the family room, and that's the only thing that we really have to switch over when it comes to heating and versus cooling season. Anyways, nice, good, strong 20 over S9 signal, and certainly appreciate your check-in. All your logs uploaded yesterday, okay?
They did, yes, and I got the WWFF one uploaded as well. And I noticed it's a little bit different, so if I dig back into my older logs, I'd have to format them with the same headings, I guess.
Actually, Stuart has ingeniously figured out how to accept POTA logs and format them. So the only thing that VEFF prevents you from doing is NFIRS. So if you worked multiple parks in one activation, choose which one that you want to upload. So you could actually upload a Charlie Alpha 1563 and the VEFF log uploader is smart enough to convert it. So I've done I did 15 of those logs over the weekend. So I'm looking forward to getting some positive responses back from that. But yeah, when they opened up the web page for the VEFF.ca, it allows you to upload the flora and fauna format or the POTA format, and it will automatically convert the POTA format. So you can just take those logs and shove them in there.
Okay, so yeah, like Saltfleet was just a single part there, and so I can upload that one, and then Dundurn, I guess, and did Burlington Heights on last Canada Day. That was a Enfer, but I'd only take the one part there.
Yep, you got the idea. And as you troll back through your log files, you'll be able to see by the date format which group of parks you did at the same time. So for a confirmed activation for flora and fauna, it's 45 contacts, but it doesn't all have to be in the same day. So consecutive days, if you were there and made one contact and came back 45 days later and did that, and then got another 10 and got another 15, so flora and fauna doesn't require you to have all your contacts on the same day, but you get the award for the park being fully activated once you hit the a Q sum of 45.
All right, yeah, that's what I saw on the site there. So yeah, I've got all my logs in the separate folders, so I can easily pick out the one that I need to upload. All right, maybe I'll do that later on this evening. And yeah, stay inside where it's cool.
Yep, very good. And there's a map, so you can see which of the parks that flora and fauna has that corresponds with the Parks on the Air parks, so that you're only uploading the logs that are associated with designated VEFF parks. Anyways, thanks again, Dave. I trust you're sticking around with us while we migrate down to 2 meters. Don't let you know when we get there. Okay, let's pop over and say hello to Steve again. VA3IMW. Go ahead. No, that's not right either. That's I'm thinking backwards and sideways. It's VA3 Whiskey Papa Golf.
Hey, good day, everybody. VA3WBG. Yeah. Well, I guess the radio's working. It's been a while since I had this thing out. Dunder and Castle been sitting in my bag since then. But it's the last sideband next to the season, so I figured I'd drag it out, drop in a check-in. Word around the grapevine, it might be a little bit hot outside today. Yeah, I checked the temperature, but I'm not experiencing that. I got some nice air conditioning cooling going on in here. Other than that, yeah, just dropping in the check-in for the last net, and we'll be listening along and switching over to 2 meters when the time comes.
Okay, well, let me congratulate you on not being too hot on the mic. However, I'm not really getting a full signal on you. I did see some peaks above S9, above S7, but usually you're a solid S9. So come on, Beck, and give me a whistle.
Not being too hot on the mic. Okay, well, that was the ST8100 I was on before. This is the ICOM 706, and now I'm right up on the mic as I should be on this particular radio. I'm believing this should be much better now.
Okay, yep, give you a peak of an S8. Very good. Thank you very much, and I got that in the log. All right, you also didn't have any trouble getting your logs uploaded?
I have not even been in my email yet.
All right, shoot me a note if anything happens to go sideways. Have you ever uploaded anything to VEFF.ca?
I have not, and I was not aware that I needed to. I was just going to upload the logs to POTA as usual. As for that other one, I've never even participated in that, and I don't even really know what that is.
Flora and fauna is another format of POTA, SOTA, and the other ones. So yeah, it's, I guess, flora and fauna kind of spawned Parks on the Air, and Stuart is the gatekeeper there. So if you punch up VEFF.ca on your browser, yeah, you'll see an opportunity to go in there and click upload your logs. So the fourth log that I sent in your email is already formatted for VEFF for RBG. So you'll just be able to put in your information there, your call sign, and then drag and drop that file into the upload and submit, and then you get credit for that. And then going backwards, you can also upload a bunch of your POTA logs because you'll get credit from this because a lot of the parks correspond, and the flora and fauna parks will give you a credit for your activations for those as well. So yeah, take a look at that. It's a good way to get some double duty out of your activations.
I know I made an account for POTA, but am I going to need to register on another website for that? Username and password?
I don't know if I had to use create a username and password. Hard to say. You may just poke around there and see what you can learn. I don't exactly remember whether I had to do that or not.
Yeah, I don't think I'm going to go back on my POTA logs. I'm just going to stick with POTA. I think I got enough on my plate with just POTA alone, and as we say, radio is priority number 71, and POTA alone keeps me pretty busy.
I think the number was 67, but that's okay. Yeah. Whatever you feel comfortable with there, Chris. No problem. Okay. S8's got what I got to in the log with, and we'll make another call, see if anybody else is out there looking to check into the Sunday night sideband at VA3IMW. Stand by.
Victor Alpha 3 Bravo Tango.
Oh, Victor Alpha 3 Bravo Tango is whispering tonight. It's only S20 20 over S9.
Oh, there you go.
Okay, there's the 30. So how did the week of glamping go? Did you enjoy yourself out in the wilderness? Roughing it out there with air conditioning and sunshine in the big trailer?
As they say, glamping. Yeah, we didn't go far. Just went up to a park called Net up in Pelham there. It's not too far. Usually we do that one in June, start that one off there, and then the rest, who knows where we go. It was good. We got back this morning. Thank God we got back early in the morning before the hot weather hit us there. But anyways, I've got some reports here. I don't think by the time I got in there a little late. So Mac, you're at 30 plus. Dave was hitting me at S15, and Chris, he started off with 4 and 5, and then when he got up on the microphone, he jumped up to 7 there.
Yep, QSL. So you've got everybody who's checked in so far. Very good. And signal reports are very similar to what I've got here. Very good. So you're back to Barrie tomorrow. Early get up and go?
Yeah, I get up around 4, head out 4:30 or 1:45. Get there for, I don't know, 1/4 after, 20 after, 6:30, somewhere there. Yeah, it's going to be a hot one. We're going to actually start foundations this week, so we're going to see how that goes. Typically when it gets this hot, it's not easy. The boys, yeah, it's not easy, man. It's going to be, you're out in the middle of nowhere.
Yeah, and you get the legislated heat breaks and all the rest of that stuff. So there you go. Stay hydrated anyway, and trust all goes well. How long through the week is this heat wave supposed to last?
It's going to break, I think, Thursday and Friday. We're going to get a little relief, but I'd say a good part of this week.
Oh, well. I know that last year that when the heat started to get really dangerous, they brought in an outdoor unit. They're actually running air conditioning through our manufacturing facility. They've got big plastic tubes that they rolled out through the ceiling joists, and they're using the west side of the building as a where they're forcing the air in. They're just flushing the whole place. So it's just they're trying to eliminate all the need for heat breaks, keep the machines running, and keep parts flowing. So I guess it's a fairly sizable investment, but it keeps production going. I don't see that you guys have that ability when you're working outdoors and laying down cement, and it doesn't get cool until it gets cured.
No, these guys are going to be playing out in the sun in this weather all day. But you know what? The way things are going these days, if it gets too hot, then, they usually stop, right? But yeah, definitely multiple breaks. Like you get quite a few breaks a day.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. You start off with 5 minutes per hour, and it goes uphill from there until you hit the humidex point where everybody has to go home. All right, Albert, trust you're sticking around. We'll hopefully make it down to 2 meters and nothing flat. All right. Anybody else for the net? Come on in and say hello.
VA3NCA.
Victor Echo 3, Victor Yankee Tango.
There's 2 more, VA3NCA and VA3 Victor Yankee, or VE3 Victor Yankee Tango. Wade, come on in. There's nobody messing with your signal today.
VA3IMW VA3NCA. Listening along, doing another thing in the background. I gotta find a replacement relay now for my oven. My little patch job didn't really hold. I guess there was more damage to the relay than I thought. So now is the time for a new replacement. So I'm sourcing one of them. But I did hear Al there just before me, long enough to get a signal report on him. He was in S4 to my location, which I think is pretty typical. And you're pretty typical here for 70 centimeters to my location, somewhere around a 5 or a 6. Other than that, I have been listening along with one ear, as I said earlier, not enough to grab signal reports. But anyways, glad to be back home. And glad to be able to tee up for this one. Back to you there, Mac.
Okay, very good. I guess you probably didn't miss a whole lot on Saturday. We had a little more trouble with noise at RBG than what we expected. The last time I activated out there, I guess I was with Edward, and we ran off our Pac-12, and the noise level wasn't horrible. But this time it was almost like being at Stony Creek Battlefield Park. It just a blaring, I don't know. Maybe it was just because everybody was running their air conditioners, and it was drawing a lot of power through those old cantankerous transformers that give off all kinds of stuff. But we got her done. We got 20 in the log, and a lot of the park-to-parks were already starting to get confirmed. Terribly sorry that we weren't able to work you out west.
On the day of, I was delayed because I meant to get out there early enough to give it a good shot, but it was rainy on the last day. The rain kind of held off to the night times and the daytime while we were in sessions. So it picked its time pretty well to not affect us throughout the week. But then finally on the last day there, it just rained. I saw a break in the clouds, but it wasn't until around noon. And then I went hunting for a place where I could go, and I wasn't QRV until around 1 p.m. your time, about 11 a.m. And I imagine you were probably wrapped up by then. I didn't see you on the spotting page, so I missed you. But I did have enough time in that little window to do 15 FT8 before the sky opened up again and just dumped on me, and I had to really quickly pack up. But at least it was activated, and that made four parks plus the great trail out there, which ran to the university campus. So that was nice to add to the logs. Nice place overall. Nice slow pace, slower pace than Hamilton, anyways, traffic-wise and everything else. But I'm glad I got a chance to get out there, even if it was just on fax mode. With that one single solitary sideband to the DC, Washington DC Mall was the park I managed to do a park to park with on the Friday. Other than that, it was nasty out there.
All right. Well, band conditions can only get better from here, or could they just get worse and go to zero? I don't know. Yeah, perhaps if something happens and the oxygen gets sucked out of the atmosphere, and it won't matter what band conditions are like anyways. But space weather has been crazy, just absolutely crazy. And I'm wondering how much the polar inversion has affected our band conditions. I'm not really sure, but it kind of sounds like to me that things kind of went sideways when that occurred. But who knows? Anyways, thanks for checking in. Good to have you back in town. And let's see who else is out there, and we'll take a standby for any further check-ins. I hear you, Emnon. Very good. VA3, VE3 AGF. Good evening, sir. Yes, sirree. Yep. You're a soft voice calling out in the wilderness. That's the best way I can figure out how to describe it. You're definitely there. There's no movement on the meter, and very quiet on the audio. But I certainly appreciate the effort. Well, there we go. That's the nicety of the 70 centimeter band. The noise floor is so quiet that a very, very faint signal from the distant north, hi, can make it in and still spur the audio. All right, so we'll see how this translates to 2 meters in a short while. Trust you're going to stick around. Well, it could get better or it could get worse, right? Because 2 meters has a higher noise floor. So thanks for coming in. Certainly appreciate it. Trust you and the dogs and the missus are staying cool. All right, VA3IMW, stand by for any further check-ins. Just another little bit of information. This will be the last Sunday sideband net until after Labor Day. We're going to take a summer hiatus, and we'll get started back in September, and maybe change up the format a little bit to make things a little bit more fun. Anyways, VA3IMW, stand by for any further check-ins for 70 centimeters before we go to 2 meters. Okay, nothing heard. So far I've got VA3 DCS, VA3 Whiskey Papa Golf, VA3 BT, VA3 NCA, and VE3 AGF. So we're going to QSY over to 146.400 upper sideband, and we'll meet you over there in a flash.
Hey, before you go, Mac.
Yeah, go ahead.
Out of curiosity, are you running on 12500, or do you think you're slightly off? I'm just curious. VE3 VYT.
You know what? I think I forgot to put you in the log. I forgot to write you down. I remember hearing you, but yes, I am 446.125 absolutely flat. And my radio is calibrated to somebody who has a GPS clock over their crystal. So as far as I'm concerned, I'm pretty much the standard. Are you a little bit squiffy there? You have to deviate?
Yes, right now I've got it set that I'm transmitting on .30, 12530, in order, because I figured that's where you were, but that could be my radio for all I know, because I haven't really tried it on 70 centimeters before.
Yeah, probably have to adjust the reference percentage, bring that down a little bit so that it levels out. So the reference percentage doesn't really affect things on the lower bands, but it's when you get up in the upper bands, it starts to, a few percentage points either way on HF is not a big deal, but when you get up to the mid megahertz bands, then things start to get more significant. Anyways, I've got you with an S3 there, Edward. Sorry, I should have written your call sign down because I do remember hearing you. I'm not doing so well tonight. Unfortunately, your clarifier only adjusts your receiving frequency. So you were probably better to leave the clarifier at 0 and adjust your own frequency to 0.3.
All right, well, I went back to that. So I'm better this way, am I?
Absolutely. Yep. So this is another ICOM radio. This is the 7230 or something.
No, this is a really old piece of junk here from the junk in the trunk. It's a E2FT 897. I got to look at the dial to see what it was. So it's like back from 2009.
All right, QSL. There's probably something in the menus there that allows you to adjust the reference percentage. You'll give that a little twist upwards, and then everybody will live happily ever after. So you're going to follow us over to 2 meters?
Sure thing. See you soon.
All right. VA3IMW QSY 146.400. Okay, here we are on 2 meters. Noisy frequency. Anyways, VA3IMW, is this frequency in use? All right, nothing heard. And Edward, thanks for joining us. I hear you there. But we're going to pick them up in order here. And I'm trying not to miss anybody in the list. VA3DCS, you're top of the list.
Well, here I am. Yes, I made it all the way down, up, over here. Pardon me. Yeah. The signal's about the same as it was on 2 meters there, or 70 centimeters.
Yep, QSL. I was going to say the same thing. You're still in S20. So 20 over S9 for both 70 centimeters and 2 meters. And hoping that the week holds no surprises for you. Into the office, out of the office, and everything cool and copacetic. And then looking forward to a long weekend thereafter.
Oh, I certainly hope so. I can use a uneventful week.
QSL. But then again, that's why you're the expert, and they pay you the big bucks for that reason. All right, Dave, let's pop over to Dundas/Ancaster, VA3 Whiskey Papa Golf.
All right, VA3 WPG. Yeah, your signal's about the same as it was on the other band as well. I guess I forgot I was on the ICOM, and I'm been while since I've been on this one, so I forgot to get up on the mic before, but I guess my signal has improved since I got up there. But anyways, this will be the last net for the summer, so everyone have a good summer, a good single sideband summer, and I guess we'll catch you on here when the sideband nets resume. With that, we'll send her back and be listening. VA3WPG.
Okay, very good, Chris. 15 over S9 is where you're at on this band. So that's a significant improvement. You were S8 on 70 centimeters, 15 over S9 on 2 meters. And audio's a touch on the high side, not loud, but just a tad off frequency, but not so much that we couldn't not understand you. Anyways, let's pop over to Mr. Barry, Barry Boy, VA3BT.
Smart ass. Okay, couple of signals here. Report Mac at 40. You're actually pretty close to 40. Usually you hit me 40 or stronger, but you're close to 40. Dave was at plus 30 there. I had Chris at 10 plus. That's it for the list as far as I got here. Anyways, I'll hand it back to you, VA3BT.
And yes, I agree. Smartass, it fits. It suits me. And S40 is what we'll share. Anyways, trust your trips up and back are safe and uneventful. VA3NCA, hoping that you're going to approve on your S5 signal.
VA3IMW UHF-VHF I hope so. Everybody else is full strength here, S9 when I am running the preamp. Except for Dave. Dave is he's a little shouting plus 20 at me from the other side of the valley. But everybody else is full S9. When I run without the preamp, it drops a little bit, but still everybody is coming to me with really strong signals. Good news is that my interference is gone on 2 meters here. It was a tone, on sideband anyways, it was a tone that I had to notch out, and made running the preamp worse because it just magnified that tone on top of everything else. And I'm happy to say it is gone. So a lot more clarity on 2 meters for me now, and everybody's coming to me just fine. Back to you.
Okay, the bad part of that is you don't know how you fix the noise problem. It's gone away and you don't know how it went away. Oh, those are the worst problems because it's going to come back at some point in time. Anyways, yes, you definitely improved from 70 centimeters to here. Solid S9 up the hill, and certainly appreciate that. All right, let's see what happens with Amnon, VE3AJF.
Yes, Mark, I'm here. And for a difference band to make, my noise level is almost 0, so that's helping quite a bit. And I got you on the UHF. I didn't activate you on the UHF because I got to the net late. But I got you on the UHF. I could very, very soft on the audio, no signal deflection. On here, I got you thinking at S8. So, and great audio as well. WPG Chris was coming in with an S5, and BT was coming in here with an S5 as well. Back to you, Max.
Okay, very good. It is noticeable that this band for us is a little bit noisier, heavier noise floor, very close to an S3. But you're coming in with a peak at your top audio at an S7, so very good. And just for your information, I won't be able to pop over and say hello to your guys on the FM Simplex net. I think you guys already have moved that to an earlier start, so I guess that probably doesn't matter. But 2 meters definitely better for propagation. And thanks for your check-in tonight.
Yeah, back on that last transmission, I see you were hitting S9 as well. So, yeah, the net was moved to 7 o'clock this afternoon. There was nobody on the net, so it didn't take place today at all unless they moved it again, and I don't know about it. Back to you, man.
All right, QSL. You know how things go in the Toronto ACS group. Somebody doesn't show up, and then everybody just figures everything's finished. So they all go away. As opposed to the Lake Ontario Radio Club, we show up for the net, and if the net controller's missing, somebody just inadvertently takes it. Anyways, thanks, Amnon, and we'll be sure to stay in touch with you throughout the summer season. But this net will be taking a standby until we reestablish it after Labor Day. And we'll make sure that we get a chance to listen to you, make contact with you throughout the summer one way or another.
Yeah, I don't spend a lot of time on the radio, but when I do, I'll try and listen out for you and the other guys.
All right, QSL. If you want to exercise your simplex stuff, we're going to continue on with the Thursday Lake Ontario Radio Club net. Thursday, 7 p.m. on 446-125 in simplex. And I'm sure I'll always be able to hear you.
I'll be there.
Okay, M973. Victor Echo 3, Victor Yankee Tango. I'm not going to forget you this time.
All right, I don't have to wait for the repeater to drop before I start talking here. I noticed that on this band, I'm off by only 0.1 instead of the 0.3 on the other band. So that's an interesting difference between the two. I guess must be something to do with the way the circuits work.
Yes, so that's where you get an understanding of the reference percentage. So if you're off 0.02%, then it has a smaller effect on a lower frequency than it does on a higher frequency, because that percentage value is a percentage of the frequency, it's not linear, depending on the band, but it is somewhat, I wouldn't say it's actually exponential, but percentage-wise, it's consistent from frequency to frequency. So if you went down to some of the HF frequencies, then that percentage would be even smaller as far as the number of kilohertz that you had to adjust on your radio.
Roger. Yeah, so this is kind of an interesting experience for me, because the 7300 on the UHF bands have never had to use the clarifier sets on that device. It's always bang on exactly. Doesn't matter whether you go to 6 meters or 160 meters. It's always good. So thanks so much for the opportunity to try it out. Over.
Yep, QSL. And 7300 might have a little bit of an error built into it as well, but it doesn't matter as much, because the lower bands are more forgiving as far as those percentages go. I also didn't see any issues with the 7100 when I was working HF, but it was only when I started working single sideband on UHF and VHF that I started to see some variance. Imagine what that percentage does to you when you're up in the microwave bands. A little bit of a deviation is going to send you completely off the edge of the flat Earth.
There you go. There's something. I don't have any of that equipment. Can't imagine how much that all costs to get set up, but it would be interesting to try it out sometime.
Yeah, I know a guy who's got one of those things, the 9700. Extremely Oh, well, it's a purpose-built radio, UHF, VHF, and great for chasing moon and asteroids and all kinds of outer space stuff. So, all right, let's take a quick trip down the log here for any last-minute signal reports or any other information you want to share. VA3DCS, you're at the top of the list.
Well, let's see. Signal reports would be after some more watching. You're kind of going between a 20 over to up to the 40. Chris WPG peaking at 40. Al 20 peaking at 40. Wade, well, he was steady 40 over. Sorry, AGF, no signal here. And VYT was questionable on, where were we? On 2 meters or 70 centimeters. And I can actually hear him. I can hear the words here on 2 meters, but I'd have to have headphones on to actually hear what he's saying with this lovely ringing in my ears.
All right. So overall, everybody is better on 2 meters than they were on 70 centimeters. Very good, sir. And thanks again for showing up yesterday. If anybody, by the chance, hears anything from VE3CEU, let him know I need an email address for the gentleman so I can get his logs over to him. Thanks for reminding me. VA3 Whiskey Papa Golf. Signal reports and 7-3s.
Yeah, VA3 WPG. I noticed my dial was a tad up there, so I dropped down a little bit, and hopefully I sound a little less high now for her. A notable difference I will say is on 2 meters I had no copy on VYT or 70 centimeters. Now they're on 2 meters. I have them at about a S2 or a 5x3. I can take them out of there now. So definitely doing better on 2 meters, and hopefully I'm sounding a little bit more like myself now.
Absolutely. Yep. Your audio is sounding not like you're breathing helium. So thanks for that adjustment. And we'll catch you down the log. Next is VA3BT. And yes, signal reports and 73s.
VA3 RZQ.
All right, we'll take a standby. VE3RZQ.
Yeah, thank you. Sorry, VA3 RZQ. I just heard you guys on here, and it sounds like you guys are doing frequency and propagation kind of experiments. I would love to join next time you guys start this.
Well, very good, sir. Keep us in your calendar because this is the final event before we shut down for summertime rest. We'll be back after Labor Day, but we typically start out on 446.125 upper sideband at 8 o'clock, and then once we have some check-ins, we move down to this frequency, 146.400, and we do a comparison of our signal reports. So certainly glad to have you along for the ride, but we will be taking a summer hiatus until after Labor Day.
Okay, that's fine. I'll put it in my calendar to look for you guys then. Is there a website or something to follow?
Probably the best way to stay in touch with us is on the VE3 ZOE repeater, because there is a standing net at 7 p.m. So I check into that net, and then we mention this event. So we'll obviously be discussing that here in the ZOE repeaters 443.075. So yep. And that'll be kind of the preemptive discussion about kicking off this net in September in order to operate on sideband on UHF and VHF.
Okay, thanks. Just last question is, what approximate region are you guys located in?
Well, as net controller, I'm here on the West Hamilton Mountain. So we have fairly good coverage of the local area. I'm not sure where you're coming from.
I'm in Toronto. I'm broadcasting from, I'm right next to the Rogers Center in a condominium, broadcasting from the 23rd floor here.
Oh, height is might. Yeah, we've had a lot of Toronto guys come in. One of our regular participants is VA3IMW. He's also in Toronto, but he's further north, and he is a residential house up near Steeles. So he comes into me usually with an S2, S3 in that region. But your signal is amazing here at 15 over S9.
Yeah, roger that. I've had a lot of fun here putting up this little beam, and if I point it towards Ohio, I can hit repeaters in all the way down to Cleveland, Ohio. That's the furthest.
QSL. And if that beam works on 70 centimeters, in the morning, you can point it towards Detroit and pick up Whiskey 8 Golf Mike. And there's a huge net that occurs every morning. I think they start around 7 o'clock and then run through to 8 a.m. So that's on the same frequency as the VE3 ZOE repeater, unfortunately. But yeah, being way up in the sky, that's a good opportunity to make all kinds of contacts.
Yeah, thanks a lot. And I'll let you get back. I just wanted to note down your call sign. I didn't get that there.
Yes, sirree. My call sign is Victor Alpha 3 India Mike Whiskey, VA3IMW.
Contact.
Chris, go ahead.
Just a quick question. Wondering if that station out in Toronto has a copy on my station here.
Oh, yeah, S9.
Very good. I got you at an S6 and done this first contact I made on Simplex sideband. Thank you. VA3WPG.
Yeah, solid actually S8 with my preamp on.
Okay, I'm running a 3-element beam pointed towards McMaster, which is pretty much Toronto. Thanks for the report, VA3WPG.
Sorry, what was your call sign and location?
Victor Alpha 3 Whiskey Papa Golf, Dundas, just west of Hamilton.
Okay, I'll put that in my log. I'll go in there in a bit. So I gave you an S8 and you gave me an was it 6?
Yeah, 6.
Okay, got it.
VA3WPG, thank you. Back to net.
All right, certainly appreciate the additional contact there. Excellent. I think next in my list is VA3BT.
Yeah, the Barry guy, remember? Okay, real quick. I'm going to go real quick through the list here, Mac. So I'm going to start from 2 meters to 70 centimeters. Mac at 30, you went up to 40. Dave, he started with 15 on 70 centimeters on here. You was 30. Chris was 4 or 5 when he started off. When he got up on the mic, he was 7. On this one here, he's 10 plus. Wade, 70 centimeter at 2. On this one here, he's gone up to 10. Amnon, I really struggled getting him in there. Conditions were not in my favor this time. But he did jump up to 2 on this one here. Edward, he went from 2 on 70 centimeter to 6. And I think the last gentleman that jumped in there, VA3RZQ, he's at 10 plus. Other than that, we'll continue checking in YouTube there through the week there, Mac. And thanks for doing it. Thanks for being there. VA3DT.
All right, we'll be streaming the net at 7 p.m. throughout the week, so we can make sure that we stay in contact. Let's see. Next on the list, VA3NCA. Any signal reports and stuff you want to share? Okay. Wade's gone off to do some work stuff, I'm sure. VE3AJF, VA3IMW.
Okay, Mac. Yeah. The report then is
Chris S5 and Albert S5 as well. I sort of went off frequency to answer roll call nets. I missed some of the that people called in. I did hear RZQ is hitting me here at an S8, can't talk today, S8 to S9. I'm located at Banish and Wilson. Still quite a bit from steel stuff. 73 Mackinac on that DC as you have.
Yep. Somehow, after all these years, I just can't remember those cross streets. But yeah, it was good. Good that you had a contact with RZQ, and we got another participant that can come and give us a sanity check on band conditions. All right. VE3VYT signal reports in 7.3s.
So much. Well, the guy in Toronto was an S9 and Mac here, but an S3 this week. But for some reason, last week when we were on this frequency, we were hitting that 5 or 6. So I'm wondering if the humidity in the weather is affecting things, even though it seems odd to me that it would be. That's about it for me at the moment. I've been too excited playing with all the buttons on here to track all the other people's signal reports. Other than I couldn't hear Wade and Dundas, that one sticks out of my mind. Most of the other people I heard to some degree. If not well, then just enough to make out what's going on. Okay, thanks so much, Mac. 73Z3VYT.
All right, Edward. Thank you very much. And you're still better than an S5 to me here. And perhaps I'm not screaming in the microphone loud enough to get full power out of my radio, but I don't want to bother the neighbors. All right, VA3RZQ, you're going to be the rapper for us tonight. Feel free to come back and share any signal reports that you might have, and we'll look forward to making contact with you down the log.
Sure. Well, I just joined you guys on the 2-meter band here. You are 5'9" and +10. I'm just filling in the log with you. Anybody else, if they want to kind of see what their signal looks like to me, feel free to call your call sign, and I'll give you your signal report.
Victor Echo 3, Alpha, Yankee Tango, East Oakville.
Victor Echo 3, Victor Yankee Tango, is that correct?
Roger.
Yep, you are 5'9" and +10. What am I?
Over S9.
Okay, thank you. Okay, thank you very much. There was someone else in there?
Victor Echo 3, Alpha, Juliet Fox.
Victor Echo 3, Alpha, question mark?
Alpha, Juliet Foxtrot.
Okay, yes. Victor Echo 3, Alpha, Juliet Foxtrot. I was writing down your call sign here. Give me an account, and then I'll be able to give you your signal report on the next call.
543-210.
You are S5.
Okay, I got you at Madison Wilson here with an S9.
Okay, thank you very much. For everybody I'm doing this with, I'll put the log. I don't know if you guys are using QRZ for this, but I'll certainly log these contacts. Is there anybody else?
Victor Alpha 3, Bravo Tango.
Victor Alpha 3, Bravo Tango, 5'9" +10.
Thank you, sir. You're a 5'9" +10 here also.
What's your QTH?
In Hamilton, West Mountain, not too far from Mac there, IMW.
Got it. Any other parties? VA3DCS. One more time. VA3DCS. Delta Fox. Sorry, one more time.
Yeah, Victor Alpha 3 Delta Charlie Sierra.
Got it. Victor Alpha 3 Delta Charlie Sierra. I have you at S3.
Yeah, I've got you about a 5'6".
Okay, thank you. Anyone else? I can't hear anybody else if they are calling. I apologize.
No, that's a wrap. So thanks for coming in and joining us. And although it sounds kind of corny, there's a song that says, I'll see you in September. And I guess that's what we're all about. This is Victor Alpha 3 India Mike Whiskey on behalf of the Sunday night sideband net for UHF and VHF. We'll be calling this net to a close, returning this frequency back to normal use, and we'll catch you guys back here in September. Stay close to us on the VE3 ZOE repeater for any updates on upcoming nets or any further developments. VA3IMW 73s. That's how we turn.
VA3DYP. Thanks for letting me play along, guys. I'll see you guys in the fall.
All right, that brings the stream to a close. 73s. That's how we say goodbye.